Was next on the agenda.
For this next award, we're going to call up Chief Efford Martin, First Nation, also Chief Peter Paul from the Pabineau First Nation to present the award. Over here.
Okay. And the winner is, this is for the province of New Brunswick. Where is everybody?
The winner is Barbara Calderone from the Pabineau Powwow, Pabineau First Nation, New Brunswick.
My name is Barbara Calderone. The business is Pabineau Powwow, and I also run Powwow Computers as well from the same business. And we are located in Pabineau First Nation, which is in northern New Brunswick. We originally started on one level, 36 by 30, a very small part of the store. We only focused in at that time on the convenience store, and slowly grew from there to now we are operating on 3 different levels, and we have incorporated Powwow Computers, which has been in operation for the last 5 years, and the general store, and we also noticed that there was a large market for native crafts. And once we started with the native crafts, myself, who is a crafts person as well, I know the difficulty of trying to find a location to buy your materials. And I did some investigation and became an authorized handy dealer as well. When I originally started the business, I only did the crafts on my own. And I realized I couldn't keep up with the demand. So from there, I reached out to other communities and asked my friends to make crafts. And then from there, I've attended many different workshops where I've listened to people talk. I have no place to sell my items, and I give them my card, and very shortly they have a place to come. And it's nice being able to provide that service, not just for my friends now, but for many other business entrepreneurs that especially are starting out and they have nowhere to go, no avenues, no outlets of where to sell their merchandise. So I'm very glad to be there to help them as well.
Besides running the store with her husband, Barb has the energy required to work for the Pabineau Falls Band Council full-time.
I applied at the band office and I received the position of Cultural Education Director and Comprehensive Community-Based Planner. And for the last 2 years, I was in that position. We had an election this previous spring in April, and I ran, and I was nominated in. So since April of 2006, I am one of the band counselors, and I still hold my previous positions as well.
Barb touches the lives of many people on several levels, both in the Pabineau Falls First Nation and outside of it.
My whole family, my husband and myself, we live a traditional life. We teach our culture to as many as we can, within the community as well as outside. We organize many cultural events, as well as my business. I employ people in the community. I provide services to people in the community, as well as working at the band office. So I do play a great big role in many lives in the community.
Barb encountered naysayers upon startup, but those that doubted the idea weren't aware of the hard-working attitude she possesses.
When I first started with the idea of the business, the first major obstacle I had to overcome was my location. Everywhere I turned for help, for what's out there for businesses, told me right away, your location, you will never succeed. And I said, yes, I will. I said, I have the perseverance, I have the personality, and I know this market is there, and yes, it will succeed. 10 years later, it is still here. I have grown to the point where I cannot keep up with my orders. On my regalias, I'm 3-4 months behind on my orders as well. My crafts, I can't keep up on those orders. Supplying the schools with their craft supplies, I can't keep the stock in the store long enough for them. So of having to, the key tool of making my business a success to overcome the obstacles of where my location was getting out there and getting known.
Hello, Pabineau Powwow Computers.
Communicating with my local townships, all surrounding my outside of the Pabineau, getting them to know who I was, getting them to know my business, what I could offer, being accessible 24 hours of the day, no matter what I have planned for myself, knowing that the public knows I'm accessible has really made the business grow.
Ever mindful of her community, Barb appreciates the help and support given to her by her neighbors.
Without them, I would not be where I am. They help me every day in my business, of supporting my business. I'm just very proud of my community and to be there for me all along the way of my growth.
This tireless Papineau Falls community leader is a good example of how an entrepreneur can overcome location obstacles and grow a thriving business through hard work and a positive attitude.
Are you going to the powwow? It's in Burn Church.
Claire LePage, Regional Executive Director for Industry Canada Atlantic